Welcome back to our channel. We are dedicated to making learning accessible. Please support us by subscribing, liking, and sharing our content. Thank you.
Myth. Uplink and upstream mean the same thing on a Cisco device. Not quite. They sound similar, but they solve different problems. Let me break it down in plain English. An uplink port is a specific physical port I use to connect my device up to something higher in the network, like an access switch up to a distribution switch or a router. Think of it as the on-ramp from your local street to the highway. It's often faster, often fiber, often labeled, sometimes an SFP plus slot. Might be bundled in an ether channel. Upstream is about direction, not a port type. An upstream interface is any interface that sends traffic toward the larger network or the internet. A physical port, a routed port, a port channel, a logical interface like a VLAN SVI, or whatever traffic uses to go northbound. Cisco terminology tip: uplink is a role or function a port plays. Interface is the actual addressable entity, physical or logical, where I configure speed, duplex, VLANs, IPs, policies. So an uplink port connects to the upstream. The upstream interface is the interface that points toward my next hop. Quick examples. On a Catalyst switch, 10 Gigabit Ethernet 1.1 with an SFP plus module to the core, that's my uplink port. The port channel I built out of two 10G links carrying VLAN trunks to the core. That port channel interface is my upstream interface. On a router, Gig 0.0 that faces the ISP with a public IP, that's the upstream interface. Layer 2 versus Layer 3. If I trunk VLANs on an uplink, I'm moving Layer 2 frames upstream. My SVI, say VLAN 10, does the Layer 3 gatewaying. The SVI could still be considered upstream if it routes northbound. If I convert a switch port to a routed port, no switch port, and add an IP, that physical interface becomes the upstream Layer 3 boundary. Common myths I hear. Uplink ports are special hardware features. Not necessarily. Any port can be the uplink if I use it to connect upward. Upstream must mean internet. Upstream just means toward the provider, core, or any higher tier device. You can't have multiple upstreams. You can. Dual-homed, uplinks, ECMP, port channels, even primary, backup with tracking. How I label and verify. I add descriptions, interface 10.1.1 description, uplink to core, SW1. I check neighbors, show CDP neighbors, show LLDP neighbors. I verify status, show interface status, show ether channel summary, show IP interface brief, and I validate routing, show IP route. Look for the default route pointing out the upstream interface. Best practices: use SFP, SFP+, or higher speed ports for uplinks. In one sentence, the uplink is the physical on-ramp, and the upstream interface is the path your traffic takes toward the bigger network. Different words, different layers, same direction. Northbound. If this cleared up the confusion, drop a comment with your topology, and I'll help you label what's uplink versus upstream. Thanks for watching.